going to show you how to teach your dog one of the most commonly used commands, which is sit. What you want to do is grab a treat and lure your dog into a certain position, which is the sit position. The end goal is to basically have your dog sit when you say it without any reward. So as you're teaching to sit, you just want to basically lure your dog into the sit position, which is hold the treat over his head. And once he sits, or he or she sits, yes, give them the treat. You should get them to stand up again. Yes. So we're gonna do this a few times. Yes. Yes. And if you notice, I'm not off the bat saying sit, you know? I'm not off the bat saying it. So what you want to get your dog to understand is what you want of them to get that reward. In this case, it's sit. Yes. And don't forget to give a corrective marker. Yes, it could be a clicker, it could be a good boy, it could be anything you want that's positive, that's going to be a positive correction. Now once your dog really starts to understand what he has to do to get that treat, in this case it's sit, you just start to implement the word. Hey, sit. Sit. Yes. You want to give a positive correction. It could be yes, it could be a clicker, it could be anything that's positive. Sit. Yes. See, this boy got a lot of energy right now. Yes. And that time I didn't even say sit. He understood what I wanted him. And after a while, you'll get to the point where you don't have to say it and he'll just do it. Sit. Yes. You also want to make sure when you're teaching your dog sit, you want to make sure their butt fully hits the ground before you give a correction, a positive correction. And if you ever get to a point where the dog just being stubborn and he doesn't want to sit, what you do is hold the treat, allow him to kind of taste it, and push his bone down until he sits. And when he holds the position, release the treat. And if you do that a few times, he should start to understand. Hey, sit. Good boy. Hey, sit. Whoa. Hey, sit. Sit. As your dog starts to understand, you want to use less and less of a reward. So, for instance, he sat that time, sit. Good. I won't give him a reward there, but I'll give him a good correction. Good boy. Get him going again. Hey, sit. Then we'll give him a treat. Hey, sit. We'll skip a treat. Good boy. Yes. Good. Sit. We'll skip a treat again. Hey, sit. Good boy. Give him that treat. After so many repetitions of that, your dog will start to just understand. The thing you want to keep in mind, you want to keep the same body language when you're telling the dog to sit. So, in this case, it's raise the hand over the head. Good. Raise the hand over the head. Good. He's been doing this for a long time, so he already knows what I ask of him when I do these certain gestures. timing is very important. A sit. As soon as the dog sits, you want to correct, give a positive correction, and you want to reward. Good boy. Good boy. A sit. Good boy. A sit. Good boy. A sit. Good boy. A sit. Good. Sit. As your dog starts to understand, you want to use less and less of a reward. So, for instance, he sat that time, sit. Good. I won't give him a reward there, but I'll give him a good correction. Good boy. Get him going again. Hey, sit. Then we'll give him a treat. Hey, sit. We'll skip a treat. Good boy. Yes. Good. Sit. We'll skip a treat again. Hey, sit. Good boy. Give him that treat. And like I said in the beginning of the video, you want to start using less and less of a reward, just so the dog will start to do it, not for the reward, but because of you asked. Hey, sit. Good boy. Hey, sit. Good boy. Hey, sit. Good boy. Hey, sit. Good boy. Nope. Come on. Hey, sit. Good boy. I was teasing him with the treats, so I'm gonna give him a big montage of some. Hey, sit. And now that your dog understands sit, for the most part, in order to get them to actually stay sitting for a period of time, you want to implement stay. But you don't want to just start saying stay off the rip, off the gate. What you want to do is, you want to make it a silent stay. So as the dog sits and you and the dog are making eye contact, it's a silent stay. After a few seconds, good. So let me get him to sit. Yes. So it's a silent stay. Sit. Yes. And of course, after you do those, you want to start gradually moving to public places where people are walking by, maybe other dogs, distractions, because the dog may learn to sit in the house, but once you go outside and tell your dog to sit, it'll be a whole different story. As long as you follow those steps and be repetitive, not too repetitive, but repetitive, keep going and you keep going daily, 15 to 20 minutes a day, your dog will be sitting whenever you ask him, wherever you ask him, before you know it.